McHenry Warriors. No runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on. We go to the 3rd inning. The score, McHenry 1, Boylan 0 here on Titan Vision.
Kickoff was huge.
Yeah, it was.
It's a run and they're still back.
Nick, are you feeling hungry?
Brandon, you know I'm always feeling hungry.
Then why don't you head on over to Culver's, home of the Butterburger?
Butterburger? What's that?
Oh, it's only the best burger in America, Nick.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Where's it located?
Oh, in North Main by Highlander, right by Boylan.
That's really convenient. Why don't we go after the game and get a Butterburger and some frozen custard?
Nick, we will. And remember, Culver's is sponsoring tonight's game and is sponsoring every game broadcast by the Boylan Titans.
Have a great evening.
Here I have a doctor. All right, so make your...
Back here at Cary Grove High School, we go to the 3rd inning. Number 9, 1 and 2 for the Boylan Titans due up in Parentis, Chacho, and Robeson. Parentis makes his first plate appearance of the day to lead off in the top of the 3rd inning for the Boylan Titans.
The right fielder, number 1, Ian Parentis.
And Parentis will step in. The Boylan Titans trailing 1-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning, and here's the pitch from Lasowitz. That's fouled away for strike 1.
And it looks like the Jacobs baseball team has gotten their seats out on the left field berm, I'll call it.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. They just kind of made their way up towards the left field, doing a little scouting, because the winner of this game will face Jacobs on Saturday morning at 11 here at Cary Grove. And the pitch low and away for ball 1. Always good to kind of get a read on your potential opponents. The 1-1 from Lasowitz. That is driven, and that's going to drop in for a base hit to left field by Ian Parentis.
And that ball was kind of sliced over there. We had a perfect angle to see just how much spin that ball had. Trailed away from the left fielder. If that ball is hit dead on straight over there, he probably makes that catch. But it had enough tailspin on it to find its way to some green grass, get that leadoff man on.
Perfectly placed ball by Ian Parentis to reach here with a leadoff single. Go back to the top of the order now, and Alec Chacho steps up to the plate with a runner on here at the top of the 3rd. And a pitch from Lasowitz, and that one's driven up the middle for a base hit. So the first two batters have reached base for the Boylan Titans here at the top of the 3rd.
Center fielder bobbled it a little bit, but luckily Parentis thought better of going to 3rd. No outs, you don't need to take that risk right now.
Absolutely not, and we're going to have a conference on the mound and maybe try to settle Lasowitz. Remember, he's only a sophomore, trying to settle him down just a little bit.
And Chacho walked the first time up. It was almost at that at-bat. I mean, he took the first thing he saw, said, "How dare you walk me? I want one right down the middle, and I'll smoke it."
And smoke it he did to reach. That'll bring Dalton Robeson up to the plate, and we know this is a guy who can do some damage with the bat for the Boylan Titans. Lasowitz's pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Runners at first and second here in the top of the 3rd for the Boylan Titans. The pitch, and a nice little bunt laid down, but it's just foul by Dalton Robeson.
And that was a great bunt. It just spun out.
0-2 the count on the Boylan third baseman.
And with the way Lasowitz pitches, watching that runner on second, he had no idea there was a bunt on unless somebody would have screamed it to him.
And bunting here may not be a bad idea for the Boylan Titans. With no outs, definitely advances the runners over. They'll swing this time, driven deep to left field. That ball has a chance, just hits the foul pole. That's a fair ball, and that's going to score 2 runs for the Boylan Titans, and they've taken the lead here at the top of the 3rd inning. Hits the foul pole underneath the fence near the 320 side in left field, and the double by Dalton Robeson gives the Boylan Titans the lead.
And I would have bet my last nickel that ball was dropping way before the fence and way foul. Somehow it stayed inside right there. Great hit all the way to the wall. You could hear the clink from here. Timely hitting. And that's what we talked about in the pregame show. You have runners on, somebody's got to deliver. He did that right there.
And that'll bring the pitcher Will Troya to the plate, with the Boylan Titans now enjoying a 2-1 lead. How quickly fortunes change. Here's the pitch from Lasowitz. That's upstairs for ball 1.
And now the Boylan crowd is cheering after every pitch. And you know what? We keep saying it. It's a sophomore. This might be his first really big high school game. Obviously, they've played in other ones, but on the mound, a lot of pressure on him. Excitement from the Boylan side. Let's see how he hit.
Lasowicz's pitch misses outside. That's ball 2.
Will Troya hitting over 460 on the season, but he knows as a pitcher, wait for it. Wait for the right pitch. He's giving me 2 balls. It's my time to find one. This is his count now.
2 always a good hitter's count, and that pitch is in there for a strike. Throw to second base by the catcher Graneman. And Robeson back in time. 2-1 the count now, and Will Troya.
And if you watch the McHenry bench, you can tell that before every play, one of the coaches is signaling into the catcher. And he's got almost an armband like a quarterback would have in a football game to know the signals. That was a pre-designed play to throw down to second. They saw something.
The pitch from Lasowitz outside for ball 3. Now the Boylan crowd really getting into it, with Troya having a chance to reach here. No outs, top of the 3rd inning, and the Boylan Titans have already scored 2 runs. And the pitch. That misses outside for ball 4. And Lasowitz gives up a walk to Will Troya, bringing up the cleanup hitter, Andy Kropp.
And we'll have a pinch runner at first again, number 2, Cooper Blazich.
Cooper Blazich doing the courtesy running duties for the pitcher today, as we have everybody but the outfielders on the pitcher's mound right now, talking to Michael Lasowitz. Boylan Titans have taken a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 3rd inning. Ian Parentis and Alex Chacho led off with singles. Dalton Robeson drove him in with a single all the way to left field that nailed the fence by the 320 sign.
And you feel like that pickoff attempt changed something. The inning before, the Titans had struck out 3 straight times. They seemed to gain some momentum. The crowd got back into it. And right now we're sitting here with no outs, 2 runs into the man in scoring position.
Andy Kropp up at the plate, and we've got a little bit of a delay in the action. Kropp will step back in to face off against Lasowitz. And the pitch upstairs for ball 1.
And he's really struggling to find the plate right now. Seems like he might have been a little rattled. You see that kind of meeting on the mound. Obviously some leadership trying to tell him, hey, you're on the mound here for a reason. Settle down and do your thing.
Here's the 1-0. That's fouled back to even the count at 1-1.
And that's going in somebody's yard. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's houses all around us. If you foul it off that way, some homeowner gets a little souvenir.
Yes. So I was getting directions to come here today, because this is my first time being at this high school. I kind of looked at the Google Maps and noticed all the houses around the areas. The attempted bunt is fouled off there by Andy Kropp.
Straight back, almost did like a softball running bunt there.
A gorgeous campus and a gorgeous field, though, for baseball, especially IHSA playoff baseball here today at Cary Grove High School. 1-2 the count on Andy Kropp and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Kropp strikes out for the first out of the inning. A big out gotten there by Michael Lasowitz with the strikeout. Max Meany will make his way to the plate now. And the shortstop will step in. Still runners at first and second. Robeson at second, Troyer at first. The pitch. Strike one down the middle.
Ball's
Throw to second, and he goes to the right field, so to advance the runners 90 feet. And actually, they had problems with the ball, so the Boylan Titans going to score again. Not only did the ball sail into right field, but they had problems holding on to it. So one error advances the runners to second and third, respectively, and then the second error advances the runners home and to third base.
And there was no hesitation there on the coach on behalf of the coach Matt Weber. I mean, he wasn't even waving him in. He just pointed straight home, said, "It's your time to get there." The throw made it rather close, but his hand, he had a great slide around the bag, got in there.
So you have an error on the catcher for the throw into right field, an error on the right field for mishandling the ball as the first pitch there to for the Ryan Stanisiak. Or actually, this is still Max Meany, and he's facing an 0-2 count. Stanisiak due up for the Boylan Titans, and now have a 3-1 lead. And the pitch, that's strike three. A called strike three upstairs. And we talked about Max Meany's strike zone not being very large, and Meany, as he walks back to the dugout, did not like that call from our home plate umpire.
The center fielder, number 8, Ryan
Meany ducked a little bit, but I don't think he ducked enough to make that a strike.
Stanisiak, the center fielder, up next for the Boylan Titans. Lasowitz looking to get out of the inning here. The pitch upstairs for ball one. Yeah, that was one of those pitches where that was a really, really high strike called against Meany.
I would say that's an accurate description.
The pitch inside for ball two.
But at the end of the day, only one opinion matters, and he called it strike three.
Runner at third base for the Boylan Titans with 2 outs, and the pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. Nice healthy cut there by Ryan Stanisiak, but he missed. Cooper Blosage, the runner at third. Courtesy running for Will Troya. And the pitch downstairs for ball three.
And the McHenry coaches must be a little concerned about the pitching here, because they did have somebody warming up down the third base line. He's not there anymore. He just got finished, but somebody else was in there.
3-1 the count on Ryan Stanisiak. 2 outs here in the top of the third, and the pitch from Lasowitz downstairs, ball four, and Stanisiak gets the base on balls.
Marcus Reiser was the one warming up down the third base line.
And still with 2 outs, Nick Nalawanski will come up to the plate, struck out in that 3 up, 3 down second inning, in which Michael Lasowitz struck out the side. Cooper Blosage still at third for the Boylan Titans.
And Ryan Stanisiak with some wheels on first with the base open. I wouldn't be surprised if he took that extra open base.
With runners at the corners, here's the pitch from Lasowitz. Just misses outside for ball one. Now we've gotten a little more of a buzz here at Cary Grove High School with the crowd as that ball is fouled off. Evening the count at 1-1. And as we go along here in the ball game, sure the crowd will get a little more involved and a little more into it, especially if this game stays close. The count is 1-1 on Nick Nalawanski. And the pitch from Lasowitz, way upstairs, and I believe, I don't know if that was intentionally a pitch out or he just missed upstairs. But in any event, Ryan Stanisiak makes his way to second base, and a throw to third to try and get Cooper Blosage, not in time. 2-1.
No offense to the McHenry catcher, but if I was him, I might hold the ball next time. I mean, he's had 2 throwing errors, or 1, and almost a second on that one. Might be a wiser to hold the ball.
Lasowicz's pitch catches the outside corner to even the count at 2-2. We're seeing a bunch of consistent strike calls in and around the corners from our home plate umpire here today, and that one was no exception. The 2-2 misses down and away for ball 3.
That looked an awful, I don't know if you agree, but that looked an awful lot like the pitch.
That's a pitch we've seen called a strike 3 at some point today. That I do agree with that. Full count pitch, fouled back. Nick Nalawansky staying alive here in the top of the third inning. These teams trying to advance to the Cary Grove sectional final, which will be here 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. And then the winner of this sectional moves on to the Aviator Stadium Super Sectional in Loves Park, Illinois, Monday night at 6:30. The pitch from Lasowitz in the dirt, and another walk given up by Lasowitz.
There's a little huddle between coaches here. There might be a discussion going on. I mean, he's been a little wild this inning. Might ask for a little time for that catcher to go out there and have a talk.
Anthony Gaziano, the courtesy runner for the Boylan Titans at first base. Bases full of Boylan Titans here with 2 outs. And Ray Schmid up at the plate.
Number 22, Ray Schmid.
But as Schmidt steps in, the winner of the sectional plays in the Aviator Stadium Super Sectional against the winner of the Lincolnshire Stevenson Sectional. And the pitch, that's driven to right field, but fouled away.
I think he'd like that one back. He tattooed it, but a little late on the pitch, drove it off first base line.
It's like the cliche goes, straighten out your swing a little bit.
Yeah.
0-1 here on Schmid with 2 outs. 9th batter of the inning for the Boylan Titans. And the pitch fouls that one away again down the right field side, making the count 0-2.
And I'm a little surprised Coach Weber didn't tell him to be a little more patient with the 2 straight walks. Take a pitch, maybe make him get one in the zone.
Maybe trying to go for the grand slam, but you need patience here, only up by 2. There's a grounder right back to the pitcher. Lasowitz loses it for a second, picks it up and throws it first to get out of the inning. Very productive inning for the Boylan Titans. They have taken a 3-1 lead. We'll be back with the bottom of the third after this here on Titan Vision.